And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kasarian, and I am joined by Nick, also known as Techran, for another multiplayer series. As it turns out, we are back on the server that my last SMP series was recorded on, this time running FTB Monster Pack. Nick also happens to be our wonderful server admin who, now that I've said that, may refrain from banning me for another day or two. Until I crash the server again. Right?
Maybe about an hour.
Yep.
You do tend to screw things up quite a bit.
Yeah. Alright, so what we're probably going to do, you guys have seen punching wood, building a house, and that sort of stuff. So we're going to get the basics set up, included just some basic mining. The general setup we're going to have is my house will be over here.
And my house will be all the way over on the other side of our primary distribution center between the two of us, which is that cobblestone wall.
Which also has the rules for the season on them, which I complained a little bit, but I will abide by them. So we can't flatten more than a 9x9 area. We can't have God mod armor, so that kind of removes my good old standby of modular power suits as fast as possible and never fear damage again. And we're going to attempt to refrain from clear-cutting every tree on this continent. You had to ban modular power suits?
Yes, I did, because as soon as that's available, everyone goes for it to the point of that's the first thing that they go for, and then as soon as they get it, they generally just don't even care about armor anymore.
Yep. So, one last thing, if you guys notice, my XP bar is sitting at 29 levels. That is because I'm actually also playing, both of us are also kind of playing more relaxed on this server as well. A couple, many thousand blocks away from where we're currently standing. So I just want to assure you guys that there isn't going to be any crossover as much as we can help. There are not going to be any items randomly showing up from our other, our other lives, let's say. So yeah, I will bring you all back in once we have the basics done. And we're back, guys. So we have been doing some basic setup, and I am bringing a new pickaxe over to Nick.
And I am smelting up some iron that I got from the ravine next to my house so that we can both have armor.
Which may lessen the number of times we die to creepers, zombies, and other such creations.
Which has already been 2 for Cass.
Yep. It's really a good thing that this server doesn't have a kill counter on it.
Yeah, that kill counter would probably be in the hundreds for you by now.
Oh, not that bad.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And this is why you're staying without your god armor.
Yeah. So, one of the things we were talking about off camera is that one of the downsides to stuff like modular power suits is that once you get it, you just don't care anymore.
And it's not only that, but it also never even breaks. So once you make it, you don't ever have to remake it, so you don't really need to go out mining for the resources again.
Right. Now, what I'm really excited for is that Tinkers is eventually going to be adding their own armor.
Really?
Yeah, well, the beta of it is up. If you look up wood armor or wood chest, what is it? Wood
chest piece?
Armor. Yeah, there's armor from Tinkers. Oh, is it actually not in this pack? Did they pull it finally?
Apparently it's not in the pack right now.
T-Con. Because it showed up in my Direwolf 20 stuff, but let me move back.
So right now, Kess is the one who's primarily mining, while I just kind of sit on the surface and do all the near surface mining, so we can get all of our basic armor and a whole bunch of cobblestone for us.
Yep. And what you guys just saw pop up on my screen, that is Mine MMO. It is not a Forge mod, if I remember correctly. It is actually a plugin, because this server is running MCPC.
MCPC Plus to be precise. Which MCPC Plus is a great development project being put through by, I think it's about 6 people. It's actually on a Jenkins release setup. So every time that they even make an update to their GitHub, it automatically updates. Now, the best part about that is that they maybe go through about 600 to 700 different updates within about a month. Simply because every time that they change something, it has to recompile. And it actually will tell you whether or not the compiled version will run or not.
And it's really nice because it actually lets us use, if my understanding is correct, bucket plugins alongside our Forge mods.
Which is correct. Right now on the server, we actually don't have that many, but we do have the primary ones such as Essentials, as well as World Edit, and we also have Multiverse for our other players on the server so that they can have a bit of fun in their own worlds, because of the way Mistcraft is done right now isn't really the best.
Yeah, and honestly, anyone who's run a server, myself included, for a brief period of time knows that one day you log into your server and wait, why is my total memory usage up in the red?
Yeah.
Oh, look,
So,
people have been making Mistcraft ages.
yes, which is why we don't really, or we actually take Mistcraft out on every single server. Specifically, every single server that I've hosted since 147 hasn't had Mistcraft, simply because of that.
It's really a great mod if you're playing with just like a couple people, or if you're playing, if you're playing like a Forgecraft setup where you have people who know the mods, they're streamers, they're YouTubers, and they're not going to try and break your server.
And even then, it can still be an issue. Specifically, I actually had a really big issue where once the random ages came in, I unfortunately got a Savannah Skylands world.
Yep.
It immediately crashed the server for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
And that was while I was head tech, which I am right now as well, but I literally could not even get the server to recognize the stop command. I had to go up to the people who are hosting this channel, or who are hosting this server, which is actually Pickle Hosting, and I had to go through them in order to have them shut down the server, simply because that was how far it had crashed.
So yeah, server admins, be careful with Mistcraft. What we're going to be doing, and this is kind of a preview, is that at some point, once 1.7 is a little bit more up and
usable,
mod supported, let's say, I am putting together a custom pack that is going to be...
Get away from me, creeper. Damn.
Well, I didn't see a death message, so we're good.
Yeah, he took away my crafting table.
Oh.
Now I need to go and chop more wood and
Yep.
go and mine more dirt in order to fill all the freaking holes.
Yep. So what we're going to be doing is a streamer and YouTuber server. That is, at least my intention is to have it basically be modded Minecraft hard mode. More mobs mod, and some, of course, Greg Tech, because you can't have a hard mode tech mod server without Greg Tech being in there somewhere.
And potentially Millionaire mod?
If I can find out if I can find some English documentation that won't require me to relearn my French.
I actually know how to run the Millionaire mod. So, okay. Because you have me, you can have Millionaire.
Awesome. And don't worry, I won't be dumping full responsibility for server maintenance on your head.
Even if you do, at least then I'll be in control of a server that,
Yep.
will be perfect.
All right.
At least so long as you don't give me complete control, because then I'm just going to screw up everything by installing 7 mods in a 2-hour period.
So on that note, we're going to be back once we've done a little bit more mining, and maybe we can actually get to some tech this episode. Oh, one last thing I wanted to add. The ruby pickaxe, I think I actually gave you... Did I give you a sapphire pickaxe?
Yes.
These are from Project Red, which, if you guys probably know, is the restoration of Red Power 2, which I am really happy it's back because it gives me a wonderful shortcut. The gem tools from that mod, they mine as fast as diamond at the mining level of iron, but they have less durability than iron, I believe.
Yes, they only have 1/3 of the durability.
But they mine really fast.
Yes. They mine the same speed, which is great, especially early game, because then you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm, running through this and, oh, wait, that's a creeper.
I was trying to figure out if that was part of your
No.
sentence.
Yes, it was part of my sentence. Because one of the issues that I've had specifically with mining deep down is, I'm trying to mine diamond and I get blown up by a creeper simply because it takes too long to mine the freaking block.
Yep. All right, so we'll be back and hopefully we'll get to some tech before the end of the episode. And we're back, and I am crafting some grout. Because, well, first thing I really like to get done is Tinker's Construct. And we're just going to chuck that in here, and that should start smelting up.
And while he is doing that, I am working on getting our food source all set up, because we are going to be eating chicken. Lots and lots of chicken.
Boy, sounds like the diet I'm on right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I actually haven't had any beef or pork recently.
I'm really not supposed to. My doctor yelled at me.
Well, that's what happens when you eat too much pork.
Yep. But yes. Ooh, I got a potato.
Ooh, potato.
Potatoes are valuable. The other thing I really want to play with this season, by the way, is the bedrock laser overpoweredness that MFR adds.
That is ridiculously overpowered.
The just spawn ores from nothing.
Yeah. That's a bit much, man.
Oh, come on, but it's so cool. I always have the issue between, this is OP, but it's really awesome, so I'm going to use it anyways.
Yeah, and I understand where you're coming from on that, but come on, man.
End tier. The point at which we're swimming in lakes of UU matter.
Yeah, I've done that before. Granted, mine was legit, so.
True. Very true. So I'm just gathering up some more sand because we're going to need actually a decent amount of glass. And for those of you who don't know, which are probably one or two of you, the Tinker's Construct Smeltery is not only a very efficient early way of doubling your ore output, but it also allows you to make some really awesome tools. We just have to take these seared bricks and turn them into... First of all, let me get rid of my rotary craft display over here in NEI for a second. Let's see. Mod up. Tcon right there. Alright. Let's go back a little bit. Fancy. I want my smeltery controller. So it's 8 seared bricks in a chest pattern. Gets us our smeltery controller. And while the rest of that's cooking up, I'm going to go back out to the main area and figure out where I'm going to put this thing. And you're still digging a chicken coop, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll be right back. And we are back, and I finally finished cooking up all of our seared bricks.
And I am trying to sleep the night away because, well, I don't like creepers anymore.
I don't think anyone really likes creepers.
Well, there are some people, specifically the people who use creepers to mine out caves for them.
Yeah, that is an inventive use, I guess. Tag
I have
join.
used it quite a bit.
Okay.
However, our chicken coop is now finished.
Awesome. And I may actually need to make some more grout now that I look at it. If you at some point want to dig up some more sand, that would be cool.
Okay, I will go and dig you up 7 stacks.
Well, there we go. We'll never need sand again.
Hey, like I said earlier, when I do things, I kind of overdo them.
Yep. I forgot exactly how many seared bricks a smeltery eats up. Which is funny, because I built like 4 of them in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, you have kind of started out quite a few times over the past couple days.
Yeah. Alright. Well, it's actually, while I'm traveling, it's actually my favorite part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why, but sometimes it just kind of gets to the point of I'm bored with this because I have done this 7,000 times.
Yep. So we're going to put our smeltery drains here.
And I'm going to go
basin.
and steal some iron from you
That is absolutely fine.
because I need a piece of iron for the tip of my shovel.
And I put this thing in completely the wrong orientation.
Well, that's not good.
Because I derped.
Yeah.
Alright. Now if I can underp myself here.
And you don't even have any iron.
Not smelted up, no.
Well, I am stealing your entire stack then.
Hey!
Mine!
Alright, so put that there. That there. I was wondering why the smeltery was seeming a little bit smaller than it should have been. We'll put that there, and that there. And our seared faucets go on there. And we put down our seared tank. And once we get some more sand... Oh, crap, I fell in the chicken coop. At least with this design, you don't have to worry about them all running out immediately.
Yeah. I like that design because you can just kind of... Oh, hey, I'm kind of running low on chickens. I'll just toss some more eggs in. And now I have more chicken.
Exactly. I have to say, you found an awesome spawn location. Start location.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this place because it has the mountains in the background that make for great visuals. It has the meadow that you need for actually being able to do stuff in.
Yep.
And it's got the hills that you need in order to live in.
Exactly.
And it's spread out enough so that more than one person can live over here without running into each other.
Exactly. Let's put that together. That only gives me 3 more seared bricks. Okay, so it looks like we're playing the wait for more seared bricks to smelt up, and yes, I'm going to waste a piece of coal because I have enough of it at this point.
Yes, we have quite a bit of coal at this point. Because I also found the location that has a gratuitous amount of coal. Oh, and one of the great things about MCMMO is the fact that when you're digging sand or dirt or anything with a shovel, if you're actually using the shovel, then you can actually get glowstone dust.
So that's where that came from.
Yes. So...
I was wondering earlier, I'm like, where did this 6 glowstone dust come from?
Well, that came from me just kind of, digging the top of the mountain in our relaxed area down.
Okay.
And it just kind of happened to come out of the ground over there. And the reason why I have glowstone dust coming out of that is because that's a vanilla setting for MCMMO. And I kind of like it because it makes it so that it isn't such a hassle to get your first glowstone so you can actually start about half the mods in the game.
Yep.
Because,
oh, go ahead.
Getting to the nether and then getting the glowstone, it isn't that much of a challenge at this point with having the gratuitous amount of mods that we have, it's just kind of, okay, I'm going to spend 2 hours trying to find enough diamonds to make a pickaxe so that I can mine up some obsidian so I can get some glowstone so I can actually start playing.
Right. Well, it's like, I mean, then there's what I did in our relaxed player. I'm just like, I'm not going to spend a single diamond getting to the nether. I think that's silly.
Yeah, well, that's because you are a very, very, very cheaty bastard.
Indeed. All right, so I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, guys, until we actually get enough seared bricks, sand, and other things, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're making an item that I kind of didn't want to make. Oh, really? Really? Where are you? Oh, I know where you guys are coming from. There. Die. Go away. All right, thank you. We are making ourselves a quartz grindstone because I hate myself.
Yes, you do. Quartz grindstones are very, very annoying, and we will not be filming them.
No, we won't, because you don't want to sit here for an hour while I AFK and rest a book on my mouse button.
Yeah, and I just got us some sugarcane.
Awesome.
So we can start that farm up. Oh, and just as soon as Kes got off of his recording last time, I found out that we have horses nearby. So we will have a stable set up as well.
Indeed. Which is awesome because I have actually never tamed or ridden a horse in Minecraft.
And there's one sheep for you. And there's the second. And now you can make a bed.
Awesome. So we just got the grindstone put in. The grindstone is wicked easy. We just need to make do they call it a crank or a handle?
It's a crank.
Just like that. And that goes on the top. Let me do that. We will put the crank right here. And all we have to do is take some iron ore, shove it in, and start spinning it. And it'll grind it down for us and double our ores early game. And
it's about as early game as you can get.
Yeah.
However, it takes a very, very long time, to the point of most people don't even go for it simply because you have to manually stand there with your right mouse button down. And if you continue to grind after the items inside are gone, then you actually break your crank. And then you're wasting more wood.
Now, if you're like me, what you do is you load it up, and then you put a book on top of your right mouse button and walk away from your keyboard for half an hour.
You can do that, or you can just use a paperclip.
Paperclips work too. Let's put that there. Thank you very much.
There's your wool. Oh, and also, there's your mutton.
My what?
Your mutton.
Ah, thank you. Now,
so you may eat.
We have our seared bricks, and we have our seared brick, because that was intended to confuse the daylights out of everyone who possibly played this game. Thank you, Techran developers. And finally, we can get our smeltery running. Now, what we're going to have to do off camera is get ourselves some lava to power the smeltery. And what we're going to use to do that is probably going to be a portable tank, courtesy of,
I believe, Ender IO?
Thermal Expansion.
Okay.
I just blanked on the name of the mod there. And the portable tank comes in a couple varieties. And we will just be making the basic. It's not a portable tank, it's a portable. The standard portable tank, which is just some glass around some copper. And all we do is place that down, fill it up, and then we can shift right click to pick it up while keeping the contents. Shift right click with a wrench, any buildcraft enabled wrench. But yes, so that's what we're going to be doing off camera, just some processing and that. But I think, if I check my logs, yep. Sadly, we are almost actually over time for this episode. So this has been Mr. Kassarian,
And this has been Nick,
and I want to thank you
who
guys.
can't remember his new name.
Exactly, Techran. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the very first episode of this new multiplayer series. As always, please check out my channel and also go check out one of the other streamers who's on this channel, Psyche and Roa. You can find her link in the video description below. All right. Happy mining, guys.